Um, I had a question. So yesterday I was in this interview, um, and I actually managed to land it. The thing is, yeah. So the thing is, I asked for revenue, and they were like making 600K in revenue, but then I asked how much were the setters making, as in like revenue, and they just generated less than 100K. Like in that scenario, like would you take the offer or would you just kind of leave it to someone else or
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you some perspective, right? When I was at the YouTube automation offer when I took them on in May, they were at 70K cash collected, right? The company was sitting at about 350K revenue, 300K cash, I think it was. And I mean, now we managed to hit 671K as of last month in cash from the phone setting department, right? And then after then, we was averaging like, 300K cash on that. So what I would want to understand, knowing that they're at 100K cash, is like they're not utilizing enough, juice from the squeeze that they're currently pulling from the SDR team. So it's a perfect opportunity for you, right? Like for me, the way I'm looking at that is going, oh damn, there's definitely like a leaky bucket somewhere that's preventing all of these sets from closing, or something their SDRs are doing, or something in their processes, the way they're chatting. This is a really good growth operating opportunity for you, right? And this is the way, even if you come across like an offer that's really small, they're setting teams doing like 50K a month. That is such a good opportunity for you to go. I mean, it seems like there's like leaky buckets here and there. I mean, can you help me understand as far as like opt-ins, how many daily new leads are coming into the funnel every single day, right? Like, how are we actually booking? And then go through like the funnel as well. Give them analysis on the funnel, what you're seeing, and then what you'd advise. So for me, I would take the opportunity to come in, learn more about the business, like help with building out stuff as well whilst you're there, as well as going through the training. Obviously, prove your performance, do really well, assuming you've got the lead flow there and it all adds up and you like the culture. And then from there, you can build your base as being more of a growth operator within that company. So I'd say for me, that sounds like a good opportunity. Is it, how many setters are there? Just curious.
yeah, so I asked that. So they had three. One of them was fired and is now gonna be onboarded. And the other two are like top setter was making 4K.
Yeah, two setters on the team, 100K cash. That's pretty good. To be fair, nowadays, to be a top setter, you've got to be generating more than about 70, 80K in cash. It was like my last YouTube video, I think it was mentioned. Um, and because nowadays, 100K cash collected months are quite few and far between. You don't see it as much as you used to when I was a setter in 2022. So to be honest, it sounds like a very high potential offer, to be honest. What I would want to do is go through the funnel, see how they get leads, ask them what they're seeing per day, and then just use this as like an opportunity to perform and then actually growth operate. Do they need more help with more talent, more systems being built out, things like that, right? Which obviously I'm covering a lot more in my retreat, but that's something that like at the end of the day, it just gives you way more to work with, and it looks like a really good management opportunity for you as well. So if anything, I see that as a huge plus with
Right.
that, right? Because the thing is, if you already work with an established team, they're making 500K a month as an SDR team, they've got all their processes and systems built out. They wouldn't need your support with that. All you need to do is come in and perform, right? And obviously, I do recommend being a part of great offers because it allows you to be perceived valuably because you're part of good offers, good systems. You can help them with, businesses as well. But to build it from this level where it's very small, you've got a lot more skin in the game and you can help them with a lot more things to build your future income. So for me, I see that as a huge plus for you. Do,
Right,
do you
makes
align with
sense.
it though? Like, do you align with the niche? Like, the people seem cool. Like, how's that sound?
Yeah, I actually worked in that niche before. So it's
Okay,
like Airbnb, BizUp. So like I worked there.
nice.
Um, but yeah, like I found it weird because like most of the calls that the closers were getting were just straight in booked on their calendar. So like with no setting process. So that was a bit weird for me.
Yeah. So, I mean, have you discussed with them how they currently get sets to close? Like, is it mainly through outbound opt-ins? They have a triage funnel. Do they get like hot drops for close for like leads that maybe have a lower lead score than a good score? Like, do you know what like more about that as well?
Yeah, so they told me they had like 100 opt-ins every day, more or less. Um and they also had a bit of triage, but if I was to come in, I was just gonna do opt-ins.
yeah, start off that way, cut your teeth, do 300 dials a day. I'd really just show, like, the main thing is the best way to show that you're serious is activity to start with, like, use that to
Yeah.
your advantage. Get with the top performers, like, be relentless about learning from them. And then, the student will then become the master. You'll be running that operation in no time, if you really focus on those things. So for me, I'm looking at things more from like, how can I get to a point where I'm managing stuff, where I'm helping the business grow, right? And that's a conversation I would have, with the guy recruiting. Hey, so my intention is to really help this team grow. I'm really passionate about seeing teams succeed. I've been part of some great environments. And I'd love to know, like, how would that look if I was to maybe eventually lead the team, maybe recruit for you, just do more things that helps this team grow, because I really see a lot of potential here. And that's a business owner conversation you're starting to have at that point, rather than just like employee to manager, right? That conversation limits your income massively. So have the high level conversation.
Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense. Appreciate that.
That's all right, no problem. That's exciting though. The fact that you're on an offer that's like, because if I came across an offer like that, like I would jump at that chance to manage the team, do systems, do recruiting. That's a lot of revenue I'd be producing for myself. So that's exciting, man. And keep me updated on that progress as well. Sounds like it could be good.